Hello and welcome to your tarot reading 1111. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let's get you a message. Looks chaotic. The energy looks chaotic. Okay. We get the Two of Shields. Here's a path. I feel like a lot of people right now are at the crossroads with a love interest or a relationship, the love fest. And it's all about what you're going to do with this connection. Or are you going to leave it in the past? Or are you going to build with this person? And I feel like build is the magic word there, because here at the distance you see this kingdom. And I feel that perhaps you may have questioned if this was the right person for you. If it was destined for you to go on a different path. I feel like it's all about our hearts right now and what we're aligned with. And I feel that there may be people that are clinging on to our energy, but even though they are attached at the heart, so it's like they can still connect in this way of sort of playing with your heartstrings. Like you still have a lot of love for this person, but you don't know if they're the person that is destined for you on your path forward. And even in this card, you see the person has one sock on and one sock off. Somebody maybe didn't feel like they were fully committed to you. Maybe you gave your all, because with the Love Fest card, I feel that maybe there was a lot that this relationship did have to offer, but maybe you were fully invested and you felt like the other person wasn't. So I do feel, though, in this energy, in this moment, in this situation, that this person is showing up. They're showing back up in your energy, the Three of Love. This has always been my card of somebody that gets caught, like in the act, right? It's in reverse. So I don't know if there was infidelity, or I don't know if you thought there was infidelity, or this person thought there was infidelity. But for some reason, this connection resulted in where you're at now at a crossroads. So let's get some more information. So this is the current energy for the reading. Looks like there's a lot of energy going towards this. The Five of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Wands, but I'm going to show you that card because it looks very similar to the Five of Swords, or even the Five of Wands. And then the Nine of Swords. So either somebody is very guilty, feels guilty about how they handled a situation. Maybe this person felt in and out of the connection, and maybe they tested the connection. But there was definitely a test. It doesn't have to be infidelity, but it's specific to this card that somebody's heart was shattered or stomped on. And I feel that the person that did it, perhaps they were testing something about you or about the relationship, and I feel that whatever that was that they did had a lot of ramifications to it, or it backfired in this way. I mean, these are probably the harshest cards you can get, having to do with mental anguish. with the Nine of Swords, having to do with the anxiety, having to do with regret, having to do with when somebody cannot sleep at night because they can't live with themselves for something they've done. And then there's the inner conflict. Maybe this person did get involved with somebody else, and so there's also that piece of it, what they feel towards what they did. Maybe they stepped into another connection. It could also be some kind of karmic dealing with this person and the other, where they weren't fully invested either. And so this person seems to not really know what they want, but also what I heard more specifically is who they are. I also feel that with the energy and what I'm feeling, there's ups and downs with this person. So it's like one moment they're a certain way and the next they're not. And I feel like that's a big part of the confusion, even for this person. Because in one energy, it's like a bipolar energy that I'm picking up on. They'll be manic and they're sort of a personality, or they have this alter ego when they're in that sort of mania state. And another moment, they're down in the dumps and they sort of take on this other personality. And this personality is like, feel sorry for me. It's just very low. It's a very, very low energy. And so this person in that up and down, it's like a lot of unregulation or disorganization of their own sort of mental highs and lows, and emotional highs and lows or ups and downs. So this person may be like really moody, maybe one way like at work and another, around certain groups of people or certain family members or things like that. And so I feel like this person that you're dealing with is trying to temper that within themselves. They're finding this out about themselves, that they may act very impulsive, like when they're manic. And then when they're down, they get really depressed over what they did and they don't understand why they're this way. Or this person may have some kind of like, if it's a drinking problem, where the drinking makes them act a certain way or behave a certain way, or even take on a whole different personality. And that personality may be attention seeking or risk taking. And so you're dealing with a person that has this sort of underlying issue. And love, it's not a question of love, because I feel that the love exists here with the love fest. Like there's a lot of love, actually. I feel that also it reminds me of like a rave sort of energy, or where a lot of people are getting together and they're on a lot of drugs, say, like a big party of this nature. And even at something like that, where there's all these people, like you guys would choose each other because there is like all of the attraction and there's all of this love, and there is a genuine connection that brings the two of you together. But you don't know if this person is in or out. You don't know if you could trust the person. It's not so much the love. Okay. So let's see for this Crossroads. I always get a story. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles upright. The Moon. The King of Wands. Page of Cups. The Ten of Cups. And the Four of Pentacles. So somebody feels like they're letting go. I feel like that's you. I feel that you have also, since they sort of tested this, you've tested it. And what you've come to understand is that you want peace above everything else. And even though this was genuine, you see the Ten of Cups upright and the Ten of Pentacles, you might have had everything with this person, but there was something about this person that they didn't know themselves. A kind of energy that I just explained down here, where I feel that I'm speaking to a group of people that do know themselves really well, and also know what they want and what they don't want, and have very strict boundaries. And I feel like this person has no boundaries. And so I feel like there is a line that was drawn, and that line that was drawn, um, it was like it created for there to be a distance between you and this person, because there was so much love and because you felt so close to this person. You needed to have that distance to understand where you were at. And I feel that in that separation that you had with this person, you might have seen that maybe like your finances picked back up, the Wheel of Fortune energy picked back up for you in a positive aspect of it. You did a lot of introspection, and I feel that a lot of you might feel like this is karmic because it doesn't make sense. I feel like there's a lot of confusion over this, but it's when this person comes back into your energy. Like when they're not in your energy, you feel clarity and you feel peace. But again, it's like they play at your heartstrings and they come back in, and then you feel it. And for some of you, I feel like you've really drawn a line with this person, and maybe the little bit that is open, you feel like how they drain your energy. And I'll just say it like that. It's more positive. I feel like the energy for this time is getting a lot more positive. Like the weight of this on your heart, or the burden of this on your heart, is not as it doesn't weigh you down as much. I feel like you've accepted a lot of things about this. So this Love Fest, what is this card? The King of Swords with the Two of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, all in reverse, mind you. Okay, and then the Tower. I knew we were going to see it, but okay. At the bottom is the Three of Pentacles. So what I get is that what's happened is when you drew the line, there was a timeline where you jumped on a higher timeline by releasing this, by letting it go, because I feel that a lot of you did, although there's aspects of this that are not completely cut off. Like you even see it in this card with the Death, but then it has two energies in there. It's the letting go, and like somebody's holding on, in other words, and somebody's let it go. And so the person that's holding on keeps that door open. Okay, so there's still an open door. And here it's like that bow and arrow, or that's the Cupid energy of like when somebody has your heart, and it's quite easy actually to manipulate someone emotionally when you have an awareness of, you know, feelings of how somebody feels about you. But I see in the energy here that there are two kings. There's a knight and there's a choice, right? So there was a choice that was made, either implied or without somebody making that choice, because you see the King of Swords too. Somebody made a choice by stepping away, or by either being unfaithful, or leaving or running or whatever, because this is also an energy of like somebody running away from a situation. Maybe this person has trust issues. Maybe they got to a point where things peaked for them. I also feel an energy of jealousy with that card specifically. So maybe there was an energy like that where somebody might have felt like the other person was either going to leave or going to cheat on them, or something like this, where this is stuff that they carry from past relationships, stuff that isn't healed, right? But they brought it into this relationship. And so I feel an energy of like sabotaging something before it got to that point where something wasn't fully like, this is what I'm doing. And, you know, there wasn't like a conversation had. It was like people that went their separate ways. And it was because of something that happened. But it wasn't fully understood by the other person. Somebody left, but it wasn't fully understood. I don't think that this person understood it either, because I don't think they really know themselves, other than, you know, maybe it's something that they do, like with the relationships. They just kind of leave, or this person may ghost, or this person may keep, you know, their options open. Some energy of that nature, okay? But nonetheless, the two kings, I feel that this is an energy where for a lot of you, there will or is already somebody new for you. And also because there's the Knight of Pentacles, this is an offer. But I feel that one door has to be closed before another door can open. And I feel that this tower energy is something needs to be finished for something else to start, or something needs to be burned down to the ground, which I believe that for a lot of you that I'm reading for, because I see the death here, because of this energy, it feels like the trust is gone, right? So like a lot of the things that were important for you in a relationship were sort of burnt down to the ground. And so you don't know what's left. You don't know if it's salvageable, if you could salvage it. And so at this point, where you stand is at the store. You're at the store literally with this person. And I feel that a lot of that has to do with them not letting you go. So I feel that for a lot of you, they may be creating a lot of confusion. But there's definitely a storm around this person. You see all that energy. That's bad. Like, and what I was going to say is the only cards that aren't here is death, but it comes up here in the overall energy. And the tower, but it comes up twice. So what this person wants to tell you: I adore you. Catfish. This feels like an addiction, and I feel lost. I have to see what this catfish card is. Catfish. All right. Are some of you dealing with the catfish situation? The moon. So if you are, or perhaps this person was catfished, perhaps there was a situation where somebody was being used and manipulated by somebody else. And I feel that this person is having a lot of understanding about that. I also feel that you might be dealing with somebody that is easily manipulative because they don't have boundaries. So I feel that if they hurt you, like that is their karma, the catfish, perhaps this other person. Doesn't have to be romantic, but there definitely is an energy of somebody manipulating another person here. What else? This person may have brought a lot of burdens. So lots of wands for this person. And lots of wands. What else? Yeah, this person either got screwed over, or they saw, maybe again they were keeping their options open, but they saw what they lost. That is the realization that this person is having. There is no more confusion for this person. Whatever had to play out in the situation played out, and it played out in this way where this person's heart was tested. And judgment. Yeah. This person was tested. And I feel that what they found out about themselves is that they have no boundaries. And this person may be seeking some kind of advice or guidance, like either from friends or a professional, because I feel that there is a big realization for this person of what they lost with you. The Knight of Wisdom. Yeah, they're seeking maybe even like, again, medical treatment, so professional, like maybe they are seeing their doctor or a psychologist, psychiatrist, either to talk to somebody or to get some kind of medication to help them with their highs and lows, because I feel like they also get very low. But more specifically, I feel like what's coming up for this person is that you meant the world to them and they lost you. And then we get the World card of shadows. So usually the World card represents the end of a phase. So I feel that this person feels like they lost you, right? Also, this feels like an addiction. So maybe they do have an addiction. Oh, I feel lost. So, but this person feels like they lost you. And so they're having to deal with the absence of you. And for some of you, also this person is feeling like they may be your twin. There's twins here, or they may be having a lot of dreams about you, or they may be connecting with you in a higher space or through telepathy, or this person may like just feel you, and they're starting to connect with you spiritually. What else? One more message. There's like a deeper message that wants to come out. Again, we get a double energy of that, the Ten of Swords. So this person feels very down. That's what that energy is. I want to know, like, if you're going to be hearing from this person, or are you in communication with this person? You mean the world to me. I said that even without having the card in my hand. But again, they feel like they lost the most important thing in their lives. I'm afraid to show you my feelings. All right. So that is the reading. Please remember to like and subscribe, especially if this reading resonated with you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.